fellow seekers and collectors, I'm the Cinema Seeker, and on this 8th recommendation video, I highly recommend reading Marvel Zombies. So, I think we can all agree, Marvel is still extremely popular. In fact, in some cases, some people would probably feel a bit of comic book fatigue. However, if you like your superhero stuff like I do, but you also love horror like I do, Marvel Zombies is the perfect mix. In fact, I'd honestly say it's such a good read that that if you haven't read it, it's a must read. The idea of Marvel Zombies is, well, just in the name itself, it's about zombified versions of the iconic superheroes from Marvel. But the thing is that makes it so great is the fact that there's actually a bit of comedy to it. It's kind of a Evil Dead-esque type of storytelling, where it has its very horror-centric, creepy moments. The artwork especially can very much give you some very horrifyingly terrifying versions of your favorite superheroes. But there's an element of dark humor to the series that I really recommend reading yourself, because there's quite a few moments where I would be like, oof, that's a very creepy image, to then almost busting a gut laughing because it's just so funny. Especially with the zombie Spider-Man, he is a highlight because of how funny they make his side of the story. I'm not going to reveal it because it's well worth reading, but just know there's quite a few moments where you're going to find yourself laughing because of how very dark they take this humor. This was actually written by Robert Kirkman, who you might recognize the name from series like The Walking Dead, Outcast. He wrote this particular comic, and he does an absolutely incredible job. In fact, he had already written The Walking Dead before this one, but I still highly recommend it. It's so good, and there's actually pretty much I wouldn't really say an omnibus, but there is a trade paperback collection that really collects everything from the first appearance in the Ultimate Fantastic Four comics to then even the main series and some of the spin-offs. I highly recommend tracking that one down, as it really gives you the full complete story from the first volume. There's multiple volumes, and then there's also multiple versions of Marvel Zombies. In fact, if I recall, at the time that I am making this video, there is another Marvel Zombie series already being serialized by Marvel. From what I've seen, this one's a bit more serious than dark humor, but maybe that'll be more your style, so maybe check that one out. I personally haven't really read it. I haven't, but I want to, and I will eventually, and maybe I'll talk about it during Halloween, or maybe just dedicate a video, since I am talking about Marvel Zombies, and due to the fact that I am a fan of this series. So, highly recommend this one. If you love your superheroes, or maybe don't like superheroes, but would love to see, like, essentially them being zombies and eating people instead, you're gonna love this one. So, highly recommend Marvel Zombies.